how to get a citizenship in Germany, what did I do to get a citizenship in Germany, and what should you do to get a citizenship in Germany. That's exactly what we will be discussing in this video. Step by step, we will cover everything. So sit back, relax, maybe take a notebook and write down everything that I'm going to say. And if I miss something, because of course citizenship for different people would be different process, different background, again different process, different time, everything. So in case if I have missed something which is relevant to you, you can let me know in the comments, and then I will reply to all your comments. And also you can DM me on Instagram. A lot of you have already DM'd me on Instagram regarding citizenship, so you can DM me on Instagram and I usually reply there. So yeah, let's get started. Step 0. So once you have decided you want to have citizenship in Germany, remember that if you are an Indian citizen, you have to give away your Indian citizenship and get an OCI card. So that's step 0. So you might be from some other nationality. In that case, you don't have to give up your citizenship. You can keep 2 citizenship, because now Germany allows dual citizenship. So that's perfect. But if you're Indian or if you're from some other country that does not allow dual citizenship, then you will have to give up your older citizenship and keep the German one. But you're in this video, so I am assuming that you have already completed your step 0. You have decided that you want to be a German citizen for whatever reason. So that's why you're in this video. So let's start and get to step 1. Yeah, step 0 is over, right? Step 1. First step is the Leben in Deutschland exam. So to get your German citizenship, or to be eligible to apply for your German citizenship, you need to have a lot of documents, okay? So the first document for that is getting a Leben in Deutschland certificate or Einbürgerung certificate. So this is an exam that you have to give. So the exam is about it's a multiple choice question exam. It has many questions about the history of Germany, the politics, the Bundestag, what is a state, who is the head of a state, and all of those, okay? So what are the rules and what are the laws in Germany, all of those. So I think there were 40 questions for us, and you have to answer at least 17 of them to pass this exam or qualify for the citizenship. So that is your first step. Now, how to study for this exam, Leben in Deutschland or Einbürgerung, how to study for this exam. So I will put in some apps here. So these apps, you can install them and you can study for this exam using these apps. And that's enough. That's all that is needed. And once you study using these apps, you can directly go and give your exam. Next step, book a date for this exam. So getting a date for this exam was a little tricky for us. Initially we inquired in multiple places, we couldn't get a date, and finally we gave our exam with the Volkshochschule in Stuttgart. So you can check the Volkshochschule in your city to get an appointment and book a date for this exam, study via these apps, and once that is completed, you give your exam. So simple. And the results come, I think it takes 3 months for these results to come. So all in all, I would say keep 5 months for this exam, from the beginning to the end. That is from the time you register to study, give the exam, and actually get your certificate in your hand. So that would take around 5 to 6 months. So first step 1 completed. Now step 2. For step 2, you will have to have lived in Germany for a certain number of years. The minimum years is 5 years, but I had lived already in Germany for 9 years while I applied for the citizenship. So minimum is 5 years. So if you qualify for that, if you have lived for 5 years in Germany, you already qualify. So that's good. This should have actually been step 0, I think, but yeah, okay, let's make this step 0, living in Germany. You would have lived in Germany for 5 years. Anything more than 5 years, you qualify. And next is step 2 now. Then step 2 is a German language certificate. So you have to have a B1 language certificate to qualify or to apply for your German citizenship. multiple ways to get a B1 German certificate, right? You might have got it from your university or from some online random test. Bad news, all of these don't qualify, okay? So the recognized B1 certificates are Goethe, TELC, and there's one more. I will put it here. I'm not getting the name right now, so I'll put it here. So if you want to get your B1 certificates in the fastest and the most easiest way possible, go for TELC B1, because the Goethe one is very difficult, so I wouldn't recommend that. I also did TELC B1 and now I'm continuing with B2 because I want to learn the language, nothing to do with citizenship. So for citizenship you only need B1 and you can give TELC B1 exam. So the process here is, of course, again, you schedule the exam, pay for it, study for it, and once you give your exam and wait for, I think, 6 weeks or so to get your certificate. So again, from your date for the exam to actually studying, giving the exam and getting the results, again, it will take 5 to 6 months. So 6 months for Leben in Deutschland and 6 months for B1 certificate. So you can do both of these in parallel, okay? So you will be done with both in 6 months. So once you have both of these are mostly like the deal breaker for the citizenship certificate. So once you have both of these and you have lived in Germany for 5 years, you can apply directly for the citizenship. So for that, you have to go to the website of the citizenship office of your city. For me it was Stuttgart, for you whichever city you live in, and download their form. So there is a form which you have to then fill up, which talks about how long have you been living in Germany, what do you do here, on all the information about you. You have to fill up this form, and once you have both these documents, you're pretty much ready. But there are few things that you'll need. Yes, this is a never-ending process, okay? So the next thing you need is a valid passport. I assume because you're living in Germany, you already have that, a valid passport, and then a valid residence permit. So it might be blue card or permanent residence. But remember that you do not require a PR or a permanent residence to apply for citizenship. A lot of people have this misconception that it is either like work visa or living visa, blue card, permanent residence, and then citizenship. No, it does not work like that. You do not require permanent residence to apply for a citizenship. You can apply it just like that, okay, just with a blue card. I only had a blue card before I applied for a citizenship. You don't need a permanent residence. So what have we now noted down? A valid passport, a valid residence permit, that is blue card or anything, B1 language certificate, Leben in Deutschland certificate. Next you need is your birth certificate. So my birth certificate was in Kannada and my husband's was in Hindi. Yeah, it was in Hindi. So this process here is you need to first get it translated to English in your country, and then that English document along with the original in whatever language it is, you have to get it translated from a authorized translator here in Germany to German. And all these three documents, the original one, the English one and the German one, you have to send all of these together to the citizenship office. Okay. Next, if you are married, your marriage certificate, again the same thing, in whatever language your marriage certificate is in, translate it to English in whichever country it is from, and then translate it to German in the country you're living, that is in Germany. Translate it to German and also have that ready to send to the citizens office. So we have completed 6 documents now. Now the 7th document is your health insurance, and your health insurance, basically a copy of your health insurance. And the next document is your pension payment proof. So for this you have to send an email to your pension authorities or the pension account and get written confirmation from them, and then also send this pension documents to the citizens office that you have been paying taxes and everything basically. So yeah, and then if you're currently working, the 9th certificate is if you're currently working, then your job contract Or you could also get a letter from your HR that you are currently working with the company, you have a unbefristet or whatever contract with the company, and your monthly salary is so and so. So get that certificate, and you have to have that certificate also ready. And then the last one is your 3 months pay slips, so you will also need that. We also kept our city registration document as well with all of these, and this is pretty much it. All these 11 documents is what you require. So once you have all these 11 documents ready, you are one step done. You're one step closer. Okay, you have all of this ready. Go to your citizenship office website for your city. Okay, go there and check how are they accepting the citizenship applications. For us, it was basically, once we accumulate all these documents, we had to download application form for the citizenship, fill it up. We could download it directly from their website, fill it up, and then along with all of these, we have to put all of these in an envelope and either send it by post, or we had to drop it in their letterbox. I was not very confident sending it via post, so I dropped all of this together their letterbox. But please note that these are not the originals that we sent. These were all the copies that we sent. Of course, I'm not sending my original passport, right? I'm sending a copy of it. So it would be different for you. It might be by email also if you are lucky. So just check how it is, and then you apply, and then you wait patiently. This is the toughest part, because from this step onwards, everything depends on your caseworker. So it depends on how loaded with work your caseworker is, or how free your caseworker is. Based on that, your application will be worked on. Okay, so yeah, for us, I can tell you how our process was. It will be different from case to case, city to city. In the same city, it would be different for different people. It's different for our friends, it's different for us. So I can just tell you how it was for us. So we applied, I think, November 1st week last year, and by December, or I think by January, we received our first letter telling us that we'll have to wait for another 18 months. We received our first letter in January or so, which said that you'll have to wait for 18 months. And we were like, okay, 18 months. So 18 months, what can we do about it, right? But then within 1 month, I think in February, we received the second letter, which asked us to submit our Leben in Deutschland and German language certificate in original. So we did that. Along with that, they also asked us to submit our most recent 3-month salary slip as well. So anyways, luckily we had all of these ready. So what we did next was we put all of these together into an envelope and posted it. That is, we again dropped it in their letterbox, did not post, because I don't know, I mean, I'm a little scared like that. Okay, so yeah, I dropped it in their letterbox, and after that it was pretty much waiting again. But within 4 weeks, I received another letter. So in this letter, they had sent us a questionnaire, Loyalitätserklärung. Okay, so they had sent us a questionnaire. There were 6 questions. So these questions were basically about the law in Germany, like what is democracy, what do you know about the history of Germany, and things like that. But the questions were very, very specific. So there were 6 questions. You have to write answers for those 6 questions in German. Along with that, there was a problem with my application. For my husband, it was fine. So for my application, this time they had asked me to also give them a letter from Indian Embassy confirming my name, because the name in my birth certificate and the name on my passport was different. So I reached out to the Indian Embassy in Munich, and they provided me a letter, and along with the questionnaire which I had answered and this letter, And was there any other documents? No, there were just few documents which I had to sign, all the declarations. So all of these together, I again dropped it in their letterbox. To get the name certificate from Indian Embassy, it took me, I think, 2 or 3 weeks or so. So yeah, that is, again, we had to wait for 2 or 3 weeks and then post everything into the letterbox. But after posting it, within 1 week or 2 weeks, I remember we got a call. We were in Munich that time. I totally remember this so fresh. We were in Munich. We were in a train station. We were going to the Japan embassy. So we were standing at the train station, that is the S-Bahn station, and the train had just arrived when my husband's phone was ringing. And he's like, I'll not receive the call now. I'm like, no, it might be from the citizenship office. So please pick up the call. And he picked up the call and we got into that S-Bahn. And just then it was our caseworker. And he told us that our citizenship was ready. And we have been granted the citizenship to Germany, and we can come and collect it. But of course, we were going to Japan embassy to get a Japanese visa to travel to Japan. So we told him that. So he said that after our Japan trip, we can come back and collect our citizenship. So for that, we scheduled a date along with him. So that was somewhere in June. We scheduled a date because we had one more trip planned to Italy. So we went to Japan and then Italy, and finally after the week after that, we went to collect our citizenship. So going to collect your citizenship is not as simple. There were also 2 or 3 topics they had asked us to study. So Article 1 from Grundgesetz mentioned Würde, and one more topic, I forgot that. So we had to prepare on these topics, and we had to take all of our original documents, that is original 3 months pay slip, original marriage certificate, birth certificate, original passport, blue card, everything, all the documents that you had submitted earlier. You have to again take all of them in original, and you have to go to your appointment on time. And there was a discussion. The first thing on our appointment day was he checked all our documents, and after that, you remember the 2 topics that he had asked us to study. There was a discussion on both of these topics, and once all of that is completed, he told that our citizenship is ready and we are now German citizens, and he gave us our certificate and also clicked pictures with it, and that was how the citizenship process went. I know I have covered a lot of things, but I've also missed out a lot of things. For example, one girl asked me how to convert your student visa to citizenship. So for that, the process is same. You will have to live here for 5 years, study, get all these documents ready, and then you can convert your student visa into citizenship. And for spouse visa, if you have questions, if you're a spouse living in Germany, you can apply for citizenship along with your husband. So your husband will have to provide all these documents that I spoke about, but you will have to provide, of course, the language certificate, Leben in Deutschland, and everything. And you'll have to combine your application and send it to. Pretty much covered everything, but of course I might have missed something, right? If I missed something, I have not spoken about your particular case, or if you have any further questions, let me know in the comments. I will reply to each one of them, or you can DM me on Instagram. My handle is here. And if you have reached till here, please subscribe if you have not subscribed. See you in the next video. Bye.